Hello everybody, and welcome back, Edgewater, Saskatchewan, episode 28 now. Really flying through these. So, lots on today. Thanks very much for the comments. I've had some really good comments actually since yesterday's episode. Some really good suggestions, so I really do appreciate them, and please keep them coming. So, the main comment that stood out actually was from Copex. I hope I'm saying that correctly, but why not? This is our kind of main entrance. Why not have an exit going down past the pigs back onto the main road? And I really like that idea. I didn't even think about it. So it's something I'm going to look into. It's probably going to be a little bit of off-camera fertilizing contracts, just to make a little bit of money up, a bit like I did before, potentially, and then we'll do some landscaping. We'll have to do a little bit of kind of role play, I guess, because part of the track that we would put in place is actually part of the kind of mainland. I'll show you in a minute. The mainland, which is obviously owned by, I guess you'd call it the town or the council. So potentially we'd have to kind of pull a track out along here. And now this area here is the main map land, which we can buy. I don't have 1.2 million, however. So yeah, but that is a really good idea. So from this area here, the track's already kind of going along here. Let's do something, maybe continue it around the outside and bring it out so it comes out here. And then, no issues then, I can do a full kind of circle of the yard. Good idea, I like it. I'll have a think about it and try and figure out how I'm going to do it, but yeah, really good idea. So, just another thing that I'll just mention, I have been scouring through ModHub, and I found a few extra things. So, first things first was the sprayer. So, you know, the rule of 3 per brand meant that we'd have to get rid of one of the tractors. I actually found a couple more sprayers. So, long term, this would be the one, because it has the weed spot spraying option, which I think NC was saying, you know, that's it's quite vital. It pays for itself pretty quickly. However, the reason that it's long term is, of course, to do that. Even if we were to maximise it, that is an £80,000 sprayer. So I'll keep an eye out. Something else may come up in the meantime, but I'm not going to lie. I've installed it and activated it in the hope that it might appear in the shop. So that's the long term. The short term would be this one. Now, the name of it kind of seems maybe a bit Polish, so I'm not quite sure if we're kind of going with stuff that's local to Canada. However, yeah, I don't think that's a problem in this case. So, yeah, that would be the short-term goal anyway. £5,500 is quite low capacity. It's not the widest in the world, but it would certainly get us through this harvest. Which is the main goal, I guess, at the minute, is to maximise that yield, especially now that seasonal growth is kind of dictating what we're going to do. So we don't have to do what we would normally do, and that is kind of the morning chores, because I know they're all really good. The pigs are good, the pigs are great, in fact. Probably the next episode, maybe the episode after, is when we're going to be selling our first lot of pigs. You know, this is, well, I mean, it's only got really about 8,000 litres of water, so it's getting through it quite quickly actually. But again, for a minute, there's 5 or 6 months worth there, I would have thought. So there's not really a lot of chores to do. Our main objective is selling the soybeans, the ones in the pallet. We'll have a quick tidy around of the yard again as well. But that's the main objective of today. June is the best time to sell them. And I mean, we'll have a look. We'll have a little wander down there now. I would imagine overnight has produced a little bit more. I hope so, anyway. Yeah, amazing. So there's 4,000 litres in there now, on top of the 8, I think it was 8. Yeah, on top of the 8,000 there. So we've got 12,000 litres of soybean. I'm not going to rush into that. I'm going to leave it, because it might generate another 1,000 throughout the day. In actual fact, let's just make sure the time's at a reasonable speed. Yeah, so we'll do that, but that'll probably be one of the later things to do. Potentially I will start loading it up ready though. Yeah, just talking about it. So, you know, this area here, I've not really done anything with it anyway other than try and make it look okay. So we could easily run kind of a main road through here. I'll probably have to install a bridge pack. Yeah, just to make it more real. I mean, I could level the ground out, I guess, but I didn't realise that it had actually done all of this. It's the problem with landscaping; it does weird things sometimes. Must have been the placement of that. So maybe, I don't know. Maybe I could just level it all out, or I'll run a bridge from kind of here in level with the field over that side, and then yeah, make a little track out. I'll have a think about it. Now, how is that grass doing actually? Obviously, it's showing ready to harvest, but it will go one step further. Actually, I think there might even be grass we haven't picked up yet. So that is another job we need to get done, actually. I keep forgetting about that. Now, let's just have a quick look. It says pH and nitrogen is bad. One thing we do need to start looking at is this environmental score, because as it stands, it's not particularly amazing. That field is better, but what is stopping the score? So the nitrogen and pH isn't actually too bad on that field, really. It's not perfect, but it's okay. So that's a bit of an unknown, that one. What about these two here? Yeah, these aren't good at all. So pH on that one, I mean, to be honest, a bit of a weird colour for pH. Probably about, let's line it up there. It's between 6.5-ish. That's not the worst. Outdated data here. There's no point renewing that because there isn't actually a field in any of these sections anymore. It's a bit annoying actually, the game doesn't quite recognise that you've kind of landscaped over. So that will just have to stay there, which is annoying because we are actually getting an environmental score for that. If I can turn off the thingamajig. There we go. Yeah. This environmental score is 44. What am I meant to do about that? I don't know how I can change that now. That is a little bit annoying. If anyone knows, I would like to know actually, because there isn't really a field there to fertilise anymore. So how do I get that score up? Maybe I should have got the score to 100 before I landscaped. Maybe that's learning for next time. I'm not sure. But this one here we need to do something with. So it probably does need a bit more lime. However, the lime isn't that bad, I would say. It definitely needs fertiliser. 100%. So I think, even though there is a little bit of grass there, I think that needs to be the first job. And actually that is the next thing we needed to unload from the Mac anyway. I'll probably use the tractor to force that bag off actually, because I couldn't reach it, could I? Let's just jump in the Mac. Lower the back down. And we'll just get the tractor off, get onto fertilising. What's it got? 512 litres. I don't know if that will do it. Okay, so this isn't going to take very long at all. The only thing that might take a while is having to drive back to the shop to get another bag, because I don't think this is going to do it. I might be surprised, but I'm not sure. Now, I'm kind of hoping, if I'm honest, I've probably said it a few episodes now, but I do want a new tractor. I don't need to rush into a decision now because the sprayer option is not a John Deere now. Therefore, the kind of 3 brand rule doesn't matter. We can get away with that, but I do want to get a new tractor anyway. I want something that's a bit faster, something that's got more power, I think. Although, to be honest, this tractor would be a dream on that roleplay story compared to the one I have been using, because that thing is a nightmare. Right, pretty much done already. So, we might just do it actually. We might just do it. I'm pretty sure. Did I buy a bag last episode actually? Maybe there's a bag in the shed. I think there is actually. Yeah. I'm losing the plot. I only recorded it yesterday and I've already forgot. Yeah, I definitely did. I remember unloading it now. So I have actually got another bag here anyway, but it's going to do it. So it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter at all. Now, with the last 80 litres, what I'm going to do is drive around the area we've landscaped and just see if it still kind of randomly recognises it as a field. Because, I mean, there's the odd little patch there, isn't there? Maybe that will just boost the score a little bit. Maybe. It's kind of randomly doing it in places, so maybe it'll help. No, I can't do any more than that. That worked out pretty well though, to be fair, because there's only 8 litres left. Let's just have a look. God, that tractor needs refueling again already. I only half filled it the other day. Right, let's have a look. So the nitrogen is still bad, but it's better. See how seasonal growth makes a difference? I reckon it does. Definitely makes a difference now. Yeah, see this area here again, it's recognising it as, but again there is nothing there. Did that go up ever so slightly? It's now 44. It might have gone up a little bit. Maybe let's just drive around that area there. See if we can get any more out. If we can get that to about 50, then it won't really matter too much. Okay, obviously I didn't design it to do that. That was a little bit unrealistic, but just want to get rid of this environmental score. We've done what we can, can't do any more than that. So, we'll park up the tractor, don't know where I'm going, around the roundabout. Park up the tractor, or the spreader at least, in the shed. We'll pop it there in the corner. Wonderful. Okay. Brilliant. Right, that is one job well done. It definitely needs doing again. So we're going to have to come back and revisit this at some point. Probably next episode, maybe the episode after. Let's look at the growth calendar. Right, just going to head over to here. Start this tractor up. If there's any manure, while I've got the bucket on, I'll just pour that into the open garden. But I want to connect the forks, and I just want to move that bag from the low loader. And then I can actually tidily move the Mack and the low loader into the shed, which would be good. So look, 385 litres they generated overnight. This is pretty much the last thing I did in the last episode. So you can tell that we've got a lot more. It looks a bit too congested for them really, doesn't it? Doesn't look like ideal living quarters anymore. Okay, brilliant. That is that done. So yeah, we'll load up the forks. I haven't actually checked in the shop actually saying that. Better do that really, hadn't I? Can I get that in behind there? Just connect this up and then we'll have a quick look in the shop. Yeah, like I said, I would quite like to get a new tractor today. That would be quite nice. Let's have a look. Oh. Okay. Wow, that changes my plan, but that, I mean, that's a no-brainer, surely. That's just a no-brainer. That is not going to probably show in that shop again, to be honest with you. So if we don't get it now, we are paying full price for that. What's the discount? 60%. You can never get things at 60% discount either. I think we're going to have to get that. We're going to have to get it. Yeah. I don't think we have a choice. Okay, right. Well, we'll go with the brand Challenger because I'm being cheeky. My 3-brand rule, very unlikely to get anything out of Challenger. However, we might want more things case. So we won't go with case. We'll go with that there. Stick with the standard tyres, makes no difference. Wheel setup, does that really matter? Not really. License plate, obviously. Okay, yeah, we got to get it. We got to get it. Let's just buy that now. We'll leave it at the shop. We don't need it, but okay. That would have been a great tractor, by the way. It came up. That one did come up before. Maybe it was a slightly smaller version, but that is my favourite. I think I mentioned it last time. If I left it in the recording, that as a warrior with nice black wheels, that just looks cool, doesn't it? That is a cool looking tractor. But we don't have 97 grand. Okay, well, I didn't expect to spend that. Maybe we won't be getting a new tractor today. But, I mean, what a deal. That is a good deal. 40,000 for that swather. I think I joked in the last episode, we never know, we might be able to get the swather before the harvest is ready. Well, as it stands, we're looking like we're on track actually. Mind you, how much is the header? Does it come under a header? No, that's the pickup. So we need to get that. So that's 32,500 because we have to get that too. And then I'm assuming it's under mowers. And 25. Okay. So we need about 57 grand still. We've still got a long way to go to get that. We still may not even get that in time for the next one. For the next harvest, but depends. Depends how everything goes. We will see. Okay, lovely. Right, well that's that bag off, so we'll just put that into the shed as well. Now, I'm still not sure what to do about the maybe the little shed down by the other field. I've not seen any comments yet, so I'm just having a think on what's best to do. It would save a lot of carting, but this is the main farm, and I want to use it as the main farm. I don't want to move everything away into other bits of land, so maybe I won't do it just for that kind of side of things. I'll have to see. I'll keep having a think. I will just check while I'm here, because I guess these guys are eating a lot more now that there's so many of them. But we'll just have a sanity check. So yeah, 33, no, that's puberty. Reproduction. Yeah, this one is going to give us, in 3 months' time, another pig. And this one in 2 months' time, another pig. I'm sure it changes the order of these pigs, you know. I'm sure every time I look at it, they're in a different order. Okay, so yeah, in 2 months' time, we need to sell 2 pigs, which is fine. Now, also with regards to their food, so base food on their protein. Okay, I'm going to leave them for a minute, but they do need maybe a little bit of topping up. But the problem is they need a little bit of everything by the look of it. So we won't do that today. I am tempted. I don't know, I'm not sure what anyone thinks, but I'm tempted to install or activate the shovel mod. Just so we can kind of shovel bits in. It's a bit more accurate then. Maybe I'll do that. Do that for the next one. Okay, right, we're just going to get this Mack pulled back inside of the garage. Let's pull up the back. Just reverse that into there, out of the way. So that trailer redeemed itself in the last episode actually. I quite enjoyed using it. It's much easier now that it's wider. But I guess the beetle and end-all will be when we actually come to harvest and we have to load up the harvester and the header again, because it was a bit of a pain. It was a little bit fiddly. Now, how are we looking on here? I've not even checked for a while. So, there's another 3,000 litres of that there as well. Let's just have a little look. So there's quite a lot of money kind of floating around, I guess. So soybeans, we've now got 12,000, 2,488, and it's currently, I will use the train this time, by the way. Hopefully I'll put it into the correct mill. Yeah, last time didn't go too well. We still sold it for a decent price, but yeah, I put it into the wrong one. And thank you for clarifying again. I can't remember who it was. It might have been Chantal again, maybe. Just about the train doesn't actually cost you 1,000 to rent it. It's 1,000 per hour. So if you rented it and then unloaded all of your fields into it, it could be sat there for an hour. Therefore, it would cost you 1,000. I don't know why you would do that. If I'm honest, I don't know why you wouldn't already have it there ready and then just drive it straight to the sell point. Doesn't really make sense. But so in theory, it'll probably only cost us a couple $100 maybe to sell it that way. So you make so much more money. So we will do that. Nearly 3,000 per 1,000. That's amazing. Now we've also got, what was it I wanted to look at? Oh, that was it, lettuce. So when is lettuce best? January. Problem is, a lot of stuff sells in January. That is its best time. Yeah. Okay, what I am going to do, while I'm thinking about it, we've got £12,000. And I've been thinking about doing it for ages and ages, and people have been suggesting it for a while, but I've just not done it. I keep forgetting. I'm going to place a couple of beehives, just for a bit of passive income, and yeah, just I don't know when honey sells at its best price, but we need to do it. Now this, by the way, I was thinking ahead. I've been planning on putting them here ever since I did the house, but I purposely left this area with nothing in it, so this is where I could put the beehives. So it's ready to go. I just got to figure out where they are. I'm assuming animals, and I have downloaded some mods. That one there, just really because I liked the look of it. Although I can't tell where the entrance is that way. Yeah, I like the look of it. It's a good price as well. So I think maybe let's place 3 of them. Do we think? Okay, great. That works quite well. Now I know they do kind of boost production of, you know, certain crops, canola, potatoes, but we don't have any crops around here anyway, and I don't really want to just place them randomly in another field. Just for the realism kind of thing, I'd rather them be here, part of the home environment. So I know we do need to place a pallet spawning mod. Let's go for one that's a bit bigger. I always use this, by the way. That game one that only spawns one at a time is a nightmare, because when there's one in the way, it just doesn't spawn anything else. It slows it right down. So we'll go for, how big is this one? I can't actually see it. Where's the markers? Probably because I got the zone markers turned off, I expect. Okay, right, that's better. I can actually see now roughly. I just fixed that really quickly. I think I'll keep the spawn place here as well. Okay, right, cool. So that's a little bit extra, isn't it? 3 little beehives. I'm not really sure how much honey they generate, but anything is better than nothing. So I've just done a little bit of landscaping, of course. I can't help myself. I just have to do it, just to make it look quite cool. So they should spawn here. We can pull our front-loaded tractor in there quite nicely to load it up into the pickup truck. And then just a little walkway, I guess. Not that we'd need it, because we don't actually need to do anything, but just so that we can kind of walk around here. Get stung by some bees a few times, and then run back out this way. Cool. Right, good. Oh, I need to turn those interactive zone markers off again though, because I don't like those symbols. That's better. That feels better now. And actually, what does that look like without it? Good. I like that. Right. To be honest, I can start to load, in the meantime, all of the sugar beet onto the trailer and actually take it down, because if we're going to be selling it on the train, it doesn't really matter what time we drop it down there, because it's all getting stored inside of the silo anyway. So we'll do that now. Now, I do have to try, lots and lots of suggestions, stop driving down there and actually try and reverse down there, which kind of makes sense, doesn't it? So let's just do that. Just take out a few bushes on the way. try and actually turn around. Yeah, you know, I think the through road, the exit road coming straight out of the other side past where the pigs are, really does make sense. Absolutely. As I get a bit closer to it, I'll have to kind of, I don't know, like role play it a bit that we're kind of having to pay a little bit extra money to get permission to put a track in on the bit of land we don't own, or something like that, just to make sure that it's we're not kind of cheating. The problem with doing it this way is this Mac only does 6 in reverse, which is quite slow. I think I need to do some off-camera contracts as soon as possible, really, because yeah, having a track in here would make a heck of a lot of difference. Okay, nearly there. I've just loaded up the rest there. I had to be really careful then, actually. I didn't think about it until after, but I've almost loaded soybean into the pig food by parking the trailer there. So yeah, luckily I didn't, but I do have to be careful of that. Right, last 2. May spawn another one as we're doing it, because I have been here a little while doing this. And then we'll head down, I guess, get it loaded up. I have sped the time out ever so slightly as well, just to try and move the day along a little bit. It's funny now how they're green. Why are they green today? Are they green because there's no more in storage? So there's 491 currently growing. So I guess as soon as that pallet actually comes out and it's here, ready to go, I wonder if it turns to the harvested colour. Don't know. If it does though, that's quite a cool little feature. Right, I didn't do the placement of that last one particularly well, so I'm just going to have to fix my bad work while I'm here. Good, not too bad. Right, we'll just leave that here. Obviously we won't leave it running, but we'll leave it here, because I'm curious to see if that changes to a harvested colour as soon as there's one there. Not sure. Very weird. Right, so what have we got? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 12,000 litres. They're worth 3,000 each. That's going to be a really good boost. Right, okay, so next task. In the top corner, although you may not have seen it, but it's just come up with a great demand at the livestock place. And that great demand, I've just looked, was actually for straw. So £61 per 1,000 litres. Doesn't sound a lot. Never does. However, we've got 91,000 litres. By the way, 91,000 litres of straw from one field, from that harvest, and we gave some of it to the pigs. That's insane. Honestly, it's almost worth turning this grass field into a crop field and just making this almost the same amount as what you'd make on grass in straw anyway to turn into silage. Now, I did have a bit of a chat with NC, and I do kind of agree with what he says. So when he plays on single player, he kind of sets himself little rules, a bit like I do, I guess. But one of his main rules is when he uses this particular silo, he doesn't convert the straw to silage unless something else like grass is converted to silage as well, which makes sense. That's probably the kind of thing that I would like to do anyway. So basically, we will only activate the straw into silage if we have at least the same amount of grass in there, just so it's kind of acting like it's bedding out the silage, it's bulking up the silage a little bit. I don't know, I can't see that straw would make particularly great nutritious fermented silage, really. Yeah, you'd assume you'd have to add water or something to get a bit of moisture in there, wouldn't you, really, with straw? But yeah, so once we actually cut this, get that into the silo, as long as we get over the 91,000 that we have in straw, then we'll convert all of it to silage, and that, by the way, is going to make us a fortune. I never did edit this area either, did I? So I do need to get on with that. Okay, so I've waited a bit for the day to go by a little, and there wasn't a great deal more to do, to be honest with you. So the price obviously would have hopefully maximised itself now, and also it has given us that one little extra pallet. So this would be the moment of truth. It has gone to that sort of browny colour, the harvesting, ready to harvest kind of look. When I pick this up, will it go green? Doesn't really make sense. Don't know why it does it. It just changes. I like it, the fact that it changes, but yeah, it goes between kind of ready to harvest and green, and I don't know why. Now, I don't believe in this silo we have to actually unload these. But the great thing about the low loader is, for example, the other sell point, the farmer's market, the one that we tried and kind of failed to sell on, it was actually in a different place, and potentially they had to come off the trailer. So now that we've got the low loader, we can take the tractor with us if we need to. So that's good. What isn't good is it doesn't seem to... Oh, it does. It's very difficult to strap because the wooden boards kind of... That doesn't actually have a strap there, that doesn't have a strap there. Probably because of the boards. But the little hand symbol is gone. So I'm assuming they are secure now. Right, so we're going to head down to the silo, give the train driver a little wave, get him to pull up, and then we will sell this. So 13,000 litres of soybean, and I believe it's up over £3,000 per litre now. So minus a small amount of cost for the actual train itself, this is going to be a decent amount of money. In fact, it probably won't be far off paying for the swather. Maybe I can still get a new tractor at some point, but we do need the header for the swather. We do need the pickup for the combine. We've got a lot to buy. A lot to buy. Maybe if swathing is the way we're going to go, we can sell that big header for the combine that was actually quite a lot of money. I don't know. I don't know what you think. Not everything can be swathed. I would like to do peas. Don't believe they can be swathed. Not too sure. Look at our field, by the way. Doesn't that look nice? Growing away nicely. Ideal. It's definitely got a lot of weeds in it already though. Yeah, we're going to need to get a sprayer sorted out at some point soon. I know at this height we could actually manually weed them, but it's a bit repetitive, isn't it? It's doing time lapses of the same thing all the time, so at least spraying is a little bit different. But it's growing nice. I quite like the look of it actually, the kind of growth stages. I did see a video on it, but the growth stages are quite nice. The detail they put into this crop is great. pH value is really bad though. Nitrogen is perfect. Good. At least that's something. Sticking with the kind of realistic theme, I guess, do we need to put narrow tyres on one of the tractors? You know, I know it won't damage the crop at this growth stage. Crop destruction is on though. But, you know, do I put narrow tyres onto it just to make it a bit more real? It's an added cost, I guess, that I need to consider. Anyway, we are nearly at the shop. Wow, I say nearly. We're in Canada. Nothing's quick. It's all too big and vast. But it won't be long. I'll tell you what, actually, we could do a contracting... a harvesting contract. Now that we have the equipment to do it, the rule was we can do whatever contracts we want, as long as we have the equipment. I could actually do a harvesting contract for peas, just so at least I can say I've given it a go. And then we could still sell that header. Cool, the weight of this trailer is picking up that truck. Did you see that then? Unless I drove it into a ditch. Maybe. Okay. Get the right sell point this time. This could be a problem. This could be a problem. That is not very big. Wow. This is not going to go very well, is it? This is not going to go very well at all. I think we need to come around from the other side. Yeah. Let's back it up. Back it up. What I do like about this map is the mirrors are aimed where you want them to be. You find with a lot of tractors and a lot of different vehicles, for some reason the mirrors kind of randomly aim up in the sky or down at the ground. I don't know why they do that. It's quite important for me to have them. In FS19 there was a mod where you could actually adjust the mirrors. It doesn't seem to have that so far on this game. Not that I've seen anyway. It just seems to be a feature with certain mods, but yeah, I do like a vehicle where the wing mirrors line up properly. Definitely. Right, I took the easy option. Swing around in that big open area. I was thinking, by the way, just while I'm here, it would be great if we could buy that at some point. Because we don't need the land to place it on. It's already here. We can buy that and use it. It's a grain mill. It is 93,000. I checked already. Or 96,000 it may be. But there is so much money when you start getting into flour. There's so much money when you get the flour into a bakery like that little one just across the road there. So those two, I mean, if we had an amazing boost of cash, it would be great if we could get those two. That would change everything. I know it would. Definitely make quite a bit of money out of that. I don't know if this is going to be a series where we get into that, you know. Potentially that may be this kind of series, this survival type series, but the next section, maybe the next map. Because obviously we'll, when we're ready, we'll sell up and we'll take everything onto a new map. I don't even know if this is going to fit widthways. Wow. Okay. This is going to take a bit of manoeuvring. This is going to take quite a lot of manoeuvring. Okay. as you can see by the tyre marks on the ground, this was about a 15-point turn. I opted to kind of back the trailer in to get it a bit closer, a bit straighter. So hopefully now, if this doesn't work, we're just going to have to sell it at that other sell point next door. This is the problem with having something so big. Alright, let's see how we go. I think we might have done it now. This is going to be close though. This is very tight. In fact, I am stuck on something. I don't know what. Okay, I do know what. It's that corner on that. Would you believe it? Like, I got this side in alright, and then I touch that little pillar. Right, fine. I can fix that. Hopefully. Oh, if I looked out the back, I would have seen it straight away, wouldn't I? Alright, let's try it again. Yeah, note for next time. Let's not do this. Well, what an absolute nightmare this has been. Man. Well, you don't have to get it all the way under or over the top of this. It actually works. Not quite up to it, but kind of up to it. I had to reverse it back out here again and then turn it back out just to get it to where I've parked it. It wouldn't even kind of, well, if it wouldn't get all the way through. And even if it did, I don't know how we would have got it out. I have no idea. This looks like a good place to hide collectibles, doesn't it? Oh, train's here. How do I call the train? Right, I found it, I think. You wouldn't have assumed it was all the way over here. But there you go. It's the problem when you play without interactive zone markers, I guess, which I will turn back off. Yeah, I've never been here before, I had no idea. The train's probably long gone now, it's probably in Saskatchewan by now. Where is it? Okay, 1.7 kilometers away. I didn't realise I had to have the help menu up to get it to see the distance. So, I don't know which way it's coming from. No idea. But we'll just hold on. Aha! Here it is. It is here. I better stay back. Oh, okay. It actually stops over there as well. That's good, isn't it? Right, let's jump on in. Do you know, I've only used a train once in the whole time I've been playing it, and that was right at the very beginning. I think it was in Erlingrat, maybe. It was the first and only time I've ever used a train. But this one is pretty cool, doesn't it? This one is really cool. I like it. Now, I'm assuming I'm going to have to open some sort of cover. So let's try and select the right one. Open cover. Good. It's a good start. I assume that one will take the soybean. Ah, they've mugged me off 1 litre then. Look, it was 12,999. That's not good. It's probably my dodgy driving. Oh, it's giving me the 1 litre back now. That's fine. Right, let's close that cover back up, and we'll head on. Can we get? Ah, wow. We can get a little first-person view. Not that you can see a great deal. Right, so while we're doing this nice journey across the Canadian countryside, let's try and get a nice screenshot. Okay, train will drive to Saskatchewan. Do I want to sell it? Yes, please. Wow, 39,693, and it only costs 55 quid for the vehicle. Wow. We started the episode on, I want to say 53. We bought a swaffer, and we've ended the episode on pretty much the same amount of money. That's great. That is absolutely amazing. Right, well, hard day's work. I'm going to sit down and have a picnic, and I'll catch you in the next episode. So until then, cheers and gone.